What's up? Uh, Sorry, dude, I can't talk right now. I was gonna do a video today about the crazy shit I have seen as a twin flame, or at least like after finding out or right on the edge. And I say it's crazy shit because theoretically, I mean, if you go back, I probably can't explain it, obviously, near as good as it actually happened, right? Even if, I mean, I'm telling as much truth as I possibly can, and there's no way to explain how some of this shit would add up. It's impossible unless somebody had a deeper knowing. It's impossible. And this shit I can't make up. So I figured I'd explain it. Before I actually found out that I was a twin flame, there was a moment there where I think I knew, like subconsciously knew, and I thought it was cool to be a part of something that maybe nobody else is, or not sure how to explain it. Like just something fucking magical, you know what I mean? Like something greater than regular life existent. Like you really matter in this world. Like you're important. It's important for you to be around. Good, bad, or not, it's important for you to be around. So I thought it was kind of fucking cool. Like, oh man. Like what if I am really a part of something that nobody else gets to be a part of? Like maybe there's a very seldom amount of people that are part of this or something, you know. Heroic movies, things like that always intrigued me. Not so crazy about like Batman and Superman, but like magical moments where you fucking just know something, you know. I got fucking duty kai all over my. I've been working my quad, but I thought it'd be cool, you know, if I was part of something like that. I want to say probably not even a year after Twins Flame and I split up. It was still cool out, like springtime type weather, and I'm not a morning person. Regardless, even to this day, I am just not a fucking morning person. I wake up early, but that doesn't mean I'm in a good fucking mood. I don't like being fucked with first thing in the morning. I don't like being talked to. I just want to go in and get right to fucking business, you know? I've always been like that. I just hate it when people fucking want to talk to me and chit chat the first thing in the morning. If it's something important, I understand, but to say, hey, good morning, like, no, fuck you. Go fucking touch yourself. I'm fucking here at work. Does it look like a good morning? So, I'm simply just not a morning person. And I don't mean to wear this out onto other fucking people, right? I'm just simply not a morning person, and I can't just stop and tell them, fuck you, leave me alone. To some random stranger, you know, because you're supposed to be nice. And I understand the whole fucking nice thing. I do. It's kind of like, fuck, you know, I just don't want to talk to anybody first thing in the morning. Now, granted, if you're drinking or if you're hungover, this is even worse, right? I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter. Still in a good mood, still presenting like you're a fucking great person or whatever, but you're hungover enough, it's like, yeah, I'll talk to you. And then as soon as you turn around, it's go fuck yourself. What the fuck was that guy talking about? I don't want to talk to him ever again. I want to say, so I got like, I'm one of those routine people. I like to keep a routine. Even if I don't need it in my life, I like to keep that routine. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Continue that routine. So there's some mornings that I won't actually stop at the same store that I've been stopping at for the last 865 days. I'll just go to somewhere else and grab breakfast or just down the street or whatever and get the exact same shit from some other different store. For no reason at all. I don't know. It's weird. But upon this convenience store that I'd been shopping at first thing in the morning, in the afternoon, at lunch, and granted, at this time in my life, I'm drinking every night, most every night. I am drinking sodas during the day or a lot of tea. And due to the fact I'm drinking a lot of tea at this point in time because I'm really wanting to slip away from the soda scene. I'm really wanting to cut out the carbonated drinks from my life, and alcohol included. Due to the fact of like the indigestion that gives me and such, I hate burping and farting all the time and just stopping to burp or whatever. So to me that shit's annoying. It hiccups. I hate it when I hiccup. It's annoying. So I've been stopping at the same convenience store for umpteen amount of days, right? I go in there first thing in the morning. I go after lunch. I go in the middle of the afternoon sometimes. It's pretty uncommon. It's pretty common to see me within the vicinity of that store somehow or reason or another. And I mean, fuck, I'm only a block away or whatever, so it was not uncommon to see me first thing in the morning grabbing, that and some tobacco or whatever, it didn't matter. And I'd already stopped in there in the morning. I'd been stopping there at exact same times every day. And some days I'm a little sooner, some days I'm a little later. Never a specific time, yeah? Anyway, I stopped in one day, and this was prior to me finding out that I was a twin flame. I think I was kind of like right on the edge of like really not feeling like the rest of society, right? And I'm in there, and there's this old man, and he's chit-chatting. He's got his arms crossed, and he's leaning up against the counter. He's got gray hair, Seemed like a nice character. And I walked past, I didn't say anything. I'm going to get refill my soda or whatever, pull out some dollar bills or whatnot. And on my way back through after refilling my soda, I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" "Oh, excuse me." I said, "No, sir, I explained I could have chose a different route. You're fine, dude. Don't even worry about it. Like, I legit wasn't sweating. I could have cared less." And he seemed apologetic. I was like, "You're fine." And I asked him, "How are you doing?" And he said, "I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine." I said, "How are you doing?" "I'm doing all right." He said, "Well, once she gets done doing what she needs to do, it'll be great." What? The fuck did he just say to me? Yeah. He flat out said, once she gets done doing what she needs to do, it's going to be great. And I'm like, okay. I didn't say it like that. I have a lot of social anxiety, so I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and then I left there. And that one specific person has been plagued on my mind for the past 3-4 years, something like that. And I'm often at this point like, what the fuck? So as I'm leaving, right? And I can't make this shit up. As I'm leaving, this guy obviously, he's like, "Hey, I got to get out of here too. Says the clerk's name, and I forget what her name was. She done moved on to bigger and better towns or places now. But he even says, okay, yeah, I need to get moving myself, so I'm out of here. Okay. And she replied, okay, we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. We'll be here. I said, well, that's kind of odd. And he walked out, and I watched the vehicle that he get in. It was a newer Ford pickup, real nice. And I watched him drive down the road. Never saw the man again. Ever again. Ever again. To this day, I have tried stopping in there the same time, just to see if I catch that man. Never seen him again. Another weird occurrence. I went and asked the same clerk that was in there that day, who was that gentleman that was in here the other day, kind of tall, blah, blah. And she's like, I don't have any idea who you're talking about. She rattles off a name. I was like, no, he drives this. And no, he knows. I don't know anybody that drives that. And I'm like, the fucking guy was like, it's not even a week ago. It's just a couple days. I mean, fuck, here I'm the one that's supposed to be forgetting shit, Nobody even recalled seeing that guy. Nobody recalled knowing anything about him. So it's almost as if like time had been frozen right there. And everybody's memory had been swapped and changed to specifically recognize this one man, and specifically for at least this probably maybe even a 5-minute occurrence. And I legit, I stopped by for like 2 weeks straight. Every single day I was driving by to see if that pickup was there. I drive around town to see if that pickup is anywhere around town. I mean, it kind of stands out. Like, you're not going to fucking miss it. Okay, so I know there's dozens of vehicles out there, yeah, but this one you're not going to fucking miss. I haven't seen him since. Wild fucking deal, like a wild deal. Who fucking says something like that to somebody? Like, yeah, once she gets done, she's going to be great. Almost as if like that dude knew what I was going through. Like he knew that I was going through some type of sorrow with a breakup or with a lost love or something like that. It's one of those things that, like, it's almost like this motherfucker was reading my mind and knew exactly what to say, or almost as if he was placed here in time for this moment just to fucking give me a higher knowledge of something fucking weird's going on here. This is not normal, right? And I've been in love before and thought maybe I'd loved or was gonna love or might even possibly forever love this one person, but it was not like that, right? And there's no way that this breakup would be even the same as any of those, right? It's not. It wasn't. It's some weird shit, man. Woman, whoever may be watching. And I mean that fucking that one whole scenario right there has plagued my memory. Like, I just kind of want to know, like, what would possess somebody to say something like that, right? Another occurrence. Obviously, I'm into drag racing. Part of a racing team, but part of 2 racing teams. And at this point, I already knew I was a twin flame. I'm not sure if the other half knows. I don't know what their memory goes through. I don't know what kind of scenarios they replay over in their head about our relationship. I haven't spoke to them in almost 5 years now. I don't know what their thoughts are. I don't know what they see. I don't know if they ever think about me, see my picture, hear my name in some random place, or see anything that would recollect or even bring up a memory of me, right? And I think I don't really care, I guess. And I'll get back to that, but I've seen some things that's kind of like, yeah, that's really weird. You'd only be doing that if you were thinking of me. I'll get back to that later. But, so I'm in a drag race, right? And sometimes, everybody knows, these drag races sometimes can perceive on all night long. There's just either that many people to get through, or you have some kind of problems that prevent everybody from being able to run. I've been, I've rode with somebody at, left at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, get down there, you race, and I'm not being dropped off until 7, almost 8 o'clock the next morning. Okay, these races can sometimes they can go on and on all night long. That's just the way it rolls, and it's nothing new at this track, right? So we're at this track and we're racing, and we're talking. Me and the driver here, we're talking back and forth like, hey, this is a real nice car, and look at the way he does his burnouts, or look at this. And then we're eliminated, but I think we're eliminated in one class, and we still had another class we were still participating in, and we're just standing there talking. And I look across the track. I'm sitting here at the burnout box, the water box. I'm standing here and I'm staring at this person, and it looks exactly like my twin. Hairstyle, everything. Granted, this is it's almost dusk, so the sun's almost going down, right? We hadn't been out there that long, since probably 3-ish, and maybe 3:30-ish. So it wasn't like it was a drastically long day. It's on a Saturday night. I hadn't been drinking at that point in time. Anytime we went racing, I put my drinking aside. Anytime I ride four-wheeler or do anything potentially dangerous, I set my drinking aside, and this way I can give as much possible focus as I can on this sport or subject or whatnot, right? And I'm staring across this water box. You see 2 drag lanes here. There's cars going up, and there's some of them kind of just same hairstyle. Looks the same. Looks the exact same. Same hairstyle, same facial features, same posture. Same type of clothing. Almost as if this other half of mine, this twin of mine, is literally sitting on this golf cart directly across from me. So, bam, there goes all kinds of these thoughts, like, how the fuck did she get over here to this track? Who does she know over there? Who is she sitting with that would actually be sitting here at this racetrack right now? There's no way. It's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's impossible. At that point in time, it was impossible. It's too high to go out and do that. And I don't know, it seemed like it was 15 minutes. It might have been like 7 or 8 minutes, but I'm sitting there staring. I'd watch 1 or 2 cars go by, and just kind of look around, and then I would lock eyes again. It was one of them deals. Every time I looked away, it seemed like when I looked back, they were looking back, and then they would stare directly at me. There's no fucking way, dude. There's just no way. Talk about wicked. Like, you ever get one of those feelings where you feel somebody's eyes on you? That was it. Almost as if like they were watching me, but it was being shown to me that they were watching me from afar. Like they were watching my moves, my actions, just sitting and admiring or fucking what have you. It was just awkward. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I've had enough of this. I'm going to go over there and talk to him. I'm going to go over there right now. So I did. I fucking, hey man, I'm going to go talk to this guy right quick. I mentioned somebody else's name. They weren't over there, but I brought up this name because it would have been easier to explain than, hey, I see somebody over here. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so I'm walking over there, right? And I stop. I let this car go by, and he pulls up to the water box, and I'm locked eyes, like making sure I've got radar. I'm fucking zoned in. And then they're gone. Car goes in front of me. I turn around and look, and they're gone. I stop dead in my tracks. What the fuck did I just witness? What the fuck did I just witness? Yeah, just flat out gone. Gone. The golf cart was there, but that person was not. And I scanned each and every single person there for another, what seemed like 5 minutes. Just sitting there, browsing every single one of them. No. And I looked behind me. I looked in front of me. There's no other seating over here. All the seating is on this side of the track. The only thing that's over here is 1 or 2 cars and then the return lane. And that's it. They were up and gone. Gone. Like a fart in the wind gone. So, yeah. That one was really weird. Freaky, actually. And this next one here, it's a little different because I actually witnessed this one, right? I think I did. And once again, at this time, I knew I was a twin. I knew blah, blah. And so I'm sitting at my house. I think it was a Saturday, maybe a Sunday. I can't remember. I had the TV going. I'm eating dinner. It's springish time or maybe almost summertime, something to that effect. Not even a year ago. Actually, this might have been a year ago. Anyway, I'm sitting in my house. I'm eating dinner. It's a nice night, evening, or whatever. I got the front door open. There's a screen door. I've got the screen, still up. Whatever. But the way the pitch was on the front door is, I'm looking at the glare here on the glass. So if you shut the glass, but I'm sitting in a position where if I'm looking at this glass and the reflection in it from my front door, I can see directly out in front of my house. Yet where I'm sitting and directly in front of me would be like my TV and window and all that stuff. So I can't see past this stuff physically. But in this reflection, I can see out into the front yard. I can see my mailbox, the tree, all that shit, right? Car pulls up. It stops. No big deal. I'm sitting there munching along, take a little sip of my tea or juice or whatever. And I'm sitting looking again, and this car looks familiar. What the fuck? So I'm eating. What the fuck? So I don't know why I looked at the TV. I'm looking at the TV to see if I can see anything. And then I look back at the reflection. And they're sitting there, and as they're sitting in their car, you could see, like, they're looking in the mirror, and then they would look at the front door. They would just kind of sigh, and then they were, like, kind of getting their, doing a little hair thing or whatever, and then, like, they were grabbing their stuff or whatever and fixing to get out of the car and walk inside. I'm like, what the fuck? And my heart just starts fucking pounding. I'm like, is this fixing to happen right now? What the fuck? So I get up, and I'm like, no, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. I get up and I start walking. Well, the person looks back, obviously in the reflection, I'm looking at this person. They look back at the house, and they turn around to see if anybody's behind them, and then they turn the wheel as if to turn around. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I kind of pause. Like, I'm still at my plate. I'm standing up. And then they're fucking gone. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I walk to the front door. I don't see anybody. And I thought, well, there's no way. There's no way that was some type of weird mirage or something like that, right? And I looked down the street. I thought, the only way that they could have done that is if, like, they had turned around immediately where they were. Their car's small enough, it could have made that sharp of a turn. That they turn around and then turn the block, because I kind of live really close to a corner. That's the only way. By the time I got to the door, there was nobody there. There's no cars passing by. There's no nothing. I'm talking like really, really weird instances. Other times, restaurants or anything like that. I was in a restaurant about this time, almost this time last year, and we're in there eating. I've got my back to the entryway behind here, and then there's another entryway over here, and it's kind of like not a corridor, but there's a row of seating and some large bay windows and stuff, and then there's some seating. It's kind of shaped like an L, so to speak. And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting across from this guy. We're having a conversation. Then there's another guy over here, and then this guy's wife and our secretary. We're working, we're eating as a company, whatever. And we're sitting there eating, and I hear the door open. No big deal. My heart immediately gets to pound. Immediately begins to pound. And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, fucking, am I having like an anxiety attack? You know, like, is it the alcohol wearing off? What the fuck is going on? You know, and the guy across from me said, "Hey, there's your girlfriend." Or what did he say? Say, "Hey, there's your wife." It's like, huh? And so I turned around and I was like, "That's not. Oh gosh, that's it, huh?" And joke you not, each and every single time, I don't have one with me. Each and every single time any of these occurrences happen, I see the repeated number 222. Okay, I can't make this shit up. It's unreal. Another instance, right outside of, right at Academy. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I don't know. It was nice outside. It was a weekend. I decided I'd gone in there, get some ammunition and some socks, maybe underwear or whatever. I don't know. I was in there shopping for something, right? And I go in there, I get my stuff, and I come back out. I most definitely had ammunition. There's no way I was stupid enough to go in there and not buy any. But I come out, I get my stuff, and I'm going to run down the street and get some Chick-fil-A probably. And one of those routine things, yeah. And as I'm walking out, there's this guy, and then there's this woman, and they're walking together. Older couple, not much older than me, but older. And it's like, there's kind of a silly looking fella, you know. And then when I turn around, and I have a short clip of this on my phone, otherwise I wouldn't have believed it myself. But when I turn around and looked, the guy looked, I don't know how to explain it, almost like an exact older version of myself. You know, didn't have a lot of gray hair, had a couple little bits or whatever. You could tell he was older and a little thicker maybe, but about the same height, and pushing a cart just basically the same way I've pushed my carts. I guess